Hey YouTube, Ethan and I are going to talk about what if your kids want to grow up and go to college for engineering? Or what if they don't? What if they just want to be really good at math problems? I think everybody should be able to pull out a piece of paper and design a bridge if they need to. I mean, you never know when that's going to happen. So I have two main points of how to help prepare children. That's kind of what they need to know before they get to college to be engineers. And the first one is independent study skills. They have to know, they have to be, not just know, but they have to be able to take a book and go sit somewhere, hide with it, read it, work it out, and teach themselves the material.
No matter how long it takes.
No matter how long it takes. But, you know, to be able to sit down for a good chunk of time and just work through some material on their own and be able to teach themselves and not depend on someone else to teach it to them. And, you know, they can learn it at any time when they're really young, but it needs to happen before they go to college. Waiting until, college is last minute, and don't know if that can happen in time. But I think CC is moving us in that direction. Later in the challenge years, they get more independent. We started out early with Robinson curriculum before we started CC, and that is all self-study. So he kind of learned this when he was 6, and don't know if that's a good idea to teach them that when they're 6, but it's really given me a lot of time to work with your brother and sister. So point number 1 is the independent study skills. Point number 2 is U.S. Department of Education studies show that the best indicator of success in college is the highest level math completed in high school. So our goal needs to be at least completing calculus well while they're still in high school. And I think I know a lot of homeschool moms, and we're teaching math differently, but the kids are really learning their math. And I think just homeschool in general, has a higher opportunity for a better outcome because, you know, we moms are just so much in control of what they learn, and we can make it coherent from start to finish with no gaps, and we've just got our hands over the whole process, and it's great. So I think we're laying a good foundation, and, you know, we need lots of drill, lots of practice, lots of practice. Like my friend just taught my 7-year-old to dribble last week. You know, maybe worked with him for an hour. Let's just say he had that down perfect. Okay, is he good to go? Can he just go play basketball now forever? No, he needs to dribble. If he's going to play basketball, he needs to dribble. He needs to dribble every day. He needs to do it a lot for as long as he's playing the sport, because it's fundamental. And we all know for all sports and for music and for everything that you do, every kind of skill is fundamentals. Drill those fundamentals. And I've heard arguments like, well, won't the kids get tired? Don't they get bored working all those math problems? And John Saxon, who wrote the math books that we're using, would reply to that, well, yeah, they'll get bored the same way they get bored winning all those basketball games. Because what they're doing is they're experiencing success day after day after day after day. And a little bit over a long period of time, it all builds up to where they're competent and they're confident, and just really doesn't enter their mind that, what do you mean? What do you mean I can't do a problem? That's crazy. Of course I can do it. And so, very quickly, there's our 2 things. Independent study skills and
U.S. Department of Education says that whenever.
Yeah, calculus in high school. Calculus well in high school. I added that part. All right? Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Are you up for it?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks. And be sure to subscribe and check out Epic Season 58. Mr. At the Market.